In this video, I just want you to get what's called a graphic organizer. It's a note-taking tool. It's a table. So all of this information is in section 1.5 in your book. It's talking about geometric formulas. We are going to be using them throughout the year. I'll just take a moment really to give you this template, and then I want you to go into your book and find the information. What we've got across the top are different figures. A square is a special kind of quadrilateral. This is a rectangle or parallelogram, as you'll learn later on. This is a triangle, whether it's acute or obtuse. This is a regular polygon, and this is a circle. So you're familiar with all these figures. This is really kind of a review of past things. But let's get some information. Take a look in your books and then come back and check, or just follow along now. When we talk about circumference, that is specific only to a circle. Everything else has a perimeter, so I'm just going to put little slashes through there. And let's just do that. Circumference is what? 2 times pi times the radius. Or sometimes people say, oh, isn't it just diameter times pi? Well, it is, but that's 2, twice the radius. So this 1dim or 1D means one dimension, meaning we're just talking about length or width or height, but we're only looking at one dimension. When you get down to here to area, you're looking at space in terms of 2 dimensions. So whether that's length and width or length and height or whatnot. So it's important to remember, because later in the course when we talk about scaling things, if you make a change in 1 dimension or 2 dimensions or 3 dimensions, it has big ramifications later on. So when we talk about perimeter, let's go through this. A square, of course, well, you add all sides of a square the same. So if you want to know the perimeter, it's just 4 times the side length. And if you want to know the area, of course, it's just side times side, which is better known as side squared. This is supposed to be an S, not the number 5. On a rectangle, it's twice the base, right? Because you've got 2 bases, plus twice the height. And that is for, again, the perimeter. When you want to find the area, it's just base times height. For a triangle, regardless of the kind of triangle it is, we generally just think of it as, let me just go ahead and switch. I'm going to type this in and it'll make it look a little cleaner. A plus B plus C. So that means ABC refers to the length of side A plus the length of side B plus the length of side C. As far as the area goes, it's 1/2 the base times the height. And really, any one side could be the base. So if you have a triangle that looks like, let me pull up a different triangle here. Let me do some obtuse triangle. Right, if I have a triangle that looks like this, well, any one of these sides could be the base. But if I'm going to say this side is the base here, right, well then that means my height has to be perpendicular to the base. Okay, so 1/2 base times height. On a regular polygon, so in this figure this is an octagon, but it really doesn't matter. All sides are the same. So a square, right, is a regular polygon. Well, this is just the length of each side, whatever it is. My S's, when I write them, look like 5. I apologize. Times n, and n is the number of sides. So S times n. And again, if you feel better if I write these things out, maybe I'll just put that in there. I'll do S times n. Okay? And down here, this is really S times S, which is the same as S squared. All right. Hey, Miss Wander's walking back in. I'm going to pause the video. All right, back from that commercial break. when we talk about the area of a regular polygon, we're going to study this much later in semester 2, but the formula is, oh, I'm even drawing a blank on it, 1/2 the perimeter times the apothem. And you'll learn what this little a stands for later. And capital P does refer to the perimeter. Let me put that right up here. So when you see capital P, that talks about perimeter. When you see capital A, as far as a formula goes, not in a figure, you're talking about area. Finally, for a circle, we do not have perimeter. We have circumference, 2 pi r. Area of a circle, anybody know? That's right, pi r squared. So be sure that you have these in your notes somewhere to refer to them in case you get stuck. We're going to come back to this a whole bunch after we study triangles, but it's good to have these formulas handy in case you need them.